butt's already warm. I mean, I'm thinking he's gonna hammer the shit out of me. It was just about 2 weeks before I came up with that John Wayne story.
Yeah.
So I was feeling pretty good about
Might
it.
saved you.
But anyway, I walked down the bottom of the stairs and he said, all right, he said, class, so I'm gonna make an example out of this young man right here. He said, Mr. Gaines, he said, you go into my office, which is all the way across the gymnasium, the main part of school, principal's office and then Jack Wallace's office. He said, you know where that board is? He said, you go get that board, and he said, you bring that back. And I said, okay. So it took me about 45 minutes to get everything back. You know, I finally got that board and I brought it back and I thought, oh shit. And there was a wall there where you couldn't really see the bleachers and all the people up there. So he kind of grabbed me underneath that wall. And he said, all right, bend over, grab your ankles. Man, I bent over and grabbed my ankles and I'm shaking like a leaf. Oh, I thought, man, that's gonna hurt. And at the last second, he pulled up his foot like this and he kind of pushed me and he said, don't you say a word. And he pulled up his shoe and he went, whack, 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 3 times. He looked at me and I'm grinning. Here. And he says, don't you say a word. And hell, I made it halfway up those steps and everybody knew. I mean, I couldn't contain myself.
Good story.
Yeah, he let me go because I told him he looked like John Wayne.
That was at the go-karts at Main Beach.
Oh yeah, there's little, what was his name?
That is, I don't know who that is. I think you're thinking it's Kyle, but there's Karina and that's Dory.
Dory.
Sarah.
Yeah, right.
No, my sister's youngest
Who was the
daughter.
youngest boy? She had like
Brett. She had 5 kids. There was
Right.
Kyle, Keith, Sarah, Dory, and Brett. So it's
Right.
Brett, because Brett and Alicia were born on the same day. Alicia.
You're talking about Cecilia?
Yeah.
Who was the oldest?
Kyle's the oldest, and Brett's
Oh
the
yeah,
youngest.
Kyle, and then Sarah, and then
Dory,
Dory, and then
Keith,
Keith,
and then
there
Brett.
was one more.
Brett, he's the same age as Alicia. They were born on the same day.
Probably about
Yeah.
the time
Yep.
There's Karina.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's got a big smile on her
And
face.
she looks the same. She looks the same.
Yeah. You know, she's been hiding in that shell her whole life. You know, bless her heart. And I swear to God, she was mad at me because, you know, she lost her dad when
She was what,
she was a year and 10 months
Yeah.
old.
Yeah,
So she never actually even knew him.
yeah.
And Steve and I looked an awful lot
Oh,
alike.
yeah, always.
And so I was building on a screening porch or that greenhouse or something in their backyard. And I remember one day I
You
walked
did
in.
that whole backyard.
Oh yeah, I built her a green
The porch and the greenhouse.
and a little playhouse up
Yeah,
on stilts.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
did all that brickwork on the floor.
yeah,
It's still standing.
yeah. For Barry lives there.
But this one day I walked in the back gate on the side, and Teresa heard that gate open. She looked up. I walked in. I had a couple boards in my hand. And I saw her or something. I walked through that gate, and she looked at me and she went,
Because you look like Steve.
"Yeah," blew her away.
Oh, yeah.
I felt bad about it.
Well, you can't feel bad. He's your brother. Can't help it. You look just like your brother.
Anyway, then
That's Silver
Karina-
Glen.
Where's that?
Silver Glen? I mean, yeah, Silver Glen.
Yeah.
Well, we used to, remember we took Woody and Cheryl down there on the glass bottom boats?
Right. That's Woody.
No, that's,
Let me see. No, one of these.
that's Frank Sabero. Remember
Yeah.
Frank?
Yeah, the greenkeeper.
And I think that might have been his brother Michael. And
Right.
I think that's either Kelly.
Who's
I
both?
think that's you. I think we had, Steve, Brookins, and Pam. They're on those
Oh,
pictures.
right,
too.
yeah, bow rider.
Yeah, that was their boat.
Woody right there.
Yeah, she came in with the garage door down on top of her car,
Oh, God.
crashed into it.
You remember that day we were out there around NAS, Mayport?
You and me and Bud?
Dad might have been with us, but I mean, we had a good day. We were just toast, you know. The sun beating us up all day, and my little aluminum boat, which I was so proud of.
That was a nice boat.
It was. It really was. There wasn't anything wrong with it. Loved it. You know, and I had a little 35 or something on the back of
Johnson,
Mercury.
I think. Was it a Mercury?
I think it was a Mercury.
Best engine ever.
Yeah, it is.
But it ran good, you know, for what it was worth. And well, anyway, we were getting ready to pack it up, pack it in, and then we did something that we promised each other we'd never do.
You know what it was? It was
Crab
bad
pots.
weather, and I got on the nose of the boat. Yeah, the crab pot, the rope got around the prop, and it was pulling in the back of the boat, which we was taking on water. So I got on the nose of the boat. Of course, we were all drinking. And so I think maybe Bud was behind the wheel, and you cut the rope, and Bud floored the boat. And I'm on front of the boat, and you're like this, the boat's going like this, and I can literally see myself go over the windshield, and Bud's just laughing his ass off because
we were all
I'm bouncing, and I'm trying to say, slow down, because I can just see myself just go whoop.
mean,
But anyway, then Bob realized what was going on. He backed off on that. Anyway.
It was close too. I had a pocket knife on me too, thank
Yeah.
God. An old timer.
Then we were.
I think I had to even jump in the water to cut that rope off
You
that
probably did.
prop.
Saved
And
the
I
day.
climbed back in, and we're taking on so much water because that crab pot had us tied up to where the back of the boat,
Yeah,
the waves
it was
just
pulling it
coming
down.
on. I mean, there were
It was scary.
20 gallons of
Very
waves.
scary.
coming on.
I know.
That thing was next to sinking. 2 more minutes and it was gone.
Then we were at the, oh gosh, what was the name of that place? Where all the pilings are. We used to go gas fishing all the time. Bud dove in with his glasses on. And he come back up and we're like,
Out
oh.
there on St. John's?
No, oh gosh, I'll think of the name of it in a minute. We used to drive toward Palaca,
Right.
and it was Rodman Dam. It was Rodman.
Yeah, right.
And Bud dove off the boat with his glasses on, and he come back up, and Bob goes, Bud, where's your glasses? Bud's like, one of them damn goggle-eyed birds just probably got my glasses.
Yeah.
He was so funny.
My
Bud always
dad
had
was
something
funny
to
as
say.
hell, wasn't he?
He was so
Now you
funny.
see where I got it? Don't you?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he was a character.
I used to take Bud to all of his doctors because he had bad eyes. That was after the wreck. Had a pin in his leg, a messed up hip, and bad eyes. So I took him to all the doctors. So all the doctors thought he was my sugar daddy. And he even, because they asked him one time, "Are you Miss Gaines?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm not his Miss Gaines. I'm married to his son." And Bud said, "You shouldn't have told him that. Just let them think I'm the sugar daddy or something." He was a mess.
My dad, we were building in Miami, Oklahoma. We were doing that urban renewal job, that Main Street that went like this. Well, he was the only person I ever knew in my life that could get away. He'd be talking on the radio and say, "Base, this is Unit 2. Come in, Base." And old H.O. would come on and he'd say, this is Base. Go ahead, Bud." Dad'd say, "Well, we're down here on the north end, way out on the north end of Miami, you know, out on Main Street out there, way at the, you know, hell, the Main Street's only a mile long." They made it sound like it was way over there, you know. And he'd be standing there in the middle of Main Street, his truck was running, and he's on the radio, and he had the door popped open, he had his one foot kicked up into the floorboard, standing right next to his door, and hell, he kind of looked around, and he just went like this unzipped. Hell, he just standing out there peeing. I was the only one to catch it. I was the only one to catch it. I looked over and I said, "Man, Dad, you're peeing on Main Street." Yeah, he said,
Bud.
Yeah,
He was a good guy. There is a picture of Gary Clark in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
over
probably.
here. I saw that one once.
yeah. I'll have to go through these again.
Yeah, I'll leave him with you.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Gary.
the
and-
Twilight. Yeah, that's Gary and
Oh,
Joe.
there's my drum. Oh, that's me playing there.
Yep,
At
that's
the
you
Twilight.
playing at the
Right.
Twilight. That was when you first brought me back here. So that had to have been in the 70s, late 70s. We
Right.
got married in 80.
So what band was that?
Man Alive?
And,
Yeah.
Robbie Crocker.
Yeah.
I was
Did you
crazy
ever
about
play around?
Actually, he was the one that got me. I ended up taking my acoustic piano around and about helping steel pickups because he had helping steel pickups, and I was like, "This is the best thing ever."
That's not the Twilight.
Where is it?
I'm not for sure. But who's that?
That is, I don't know who that is, Molly. Do you know who that is? That's not, I don't know. I don't know who
Moose
that
could probably tell you.
Yeah, Moose could tell you who it is.
Yeah.
There's your old pretty drum set you used to have.
I still got
You
those.
still got them? Good.
Oh, I remember that picture.
That's a good
And
picture.
that's
of you.
kind of look like the Twilight right there.
Yeah, I think that
I
is the
thought the other
Twilight.
one was too, and that's where that room went back.
Yeah, there's that old garage door back behind me. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
They opened it up for the Chili Fest and all that. Teresa bought me that set of drums.
Mm-hmm.
They were like $1,500
Look
or
at
something.
Moose and his
All
little baby
redwoods.
days.
Yeah, they were lovely. 5-ply. R.C. Dow.
Yep.
Dixie Camel.
Holy crap.
Steve Booth and Cynthia. God.
Yeah.
Huh. Boy, they both freak out. when they saw
Steve's
that.
actually bringing some chili to the chili cook-off tomorrow. I talked to him this
I
morning.
just looked at that and I thought that was Steve. I think it's me.
It is
Yes,
you.
you.
That's what I mean. I always thought you looked like your brother.
Yeah, well, we could have passed the twins.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
One
Passed
point,
the twins.
yeah, about
Yeah,
14.
There's
Big
Grisham.
Boy, Grisham would turned out, he's an excellent songwriter.
Is he
singer.
really?
He's a great
Yeah.
musician.
Well, he always has been.
Yeah, if I could just, hell. All these years I had a cassette player in my truck and it worked great. The speakers worked fantastic. I always had these old songs put together. Terry helped me put them together. It's some, one of them he wrote, 500 Miles to Nashville. You remember that one? And we had some Moose's tunes on there. Some of the old.
You still have the cassette player in your truck.
What was it? Sow-Belly. Oh no. What was the name of that?
Sow-Belly
With
had
the
Ace in it,
McDonald
didn't it?
Brothers.
Yeah.
Slowpoke.
Slowpoke, right. And but anyway, what was I going to say? Well,
You're about your tape player in the car.
yeah, I have
Cassette.
a mix on there of a lot of songs that we recorded down in Tampa, and it was some good
Do
quality
you still have
stuff.
Yeah, y'all made a lot of tapes down there. What was the name of that place?
Hit makers.
That was the name of it? I
think
remember.
so.
I remember y'all
There's
going to the
Terry.
studio.
Yeah,
Here's Terry.
Jared was a good bass.
Yeah, he was.
Absolutely.
Molly liked that
Best.
picture.
Yeah, Moose was fearless. Didn't take us long. We figured it out. One of the first gigs I remember was like at the Still. Played 3 nights, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. I don't think we played Sunday, but Saturday night was the end, last night. And we drew a good crowd.
Always.
I thought, man, we're gonna make some money. Well, hell, everything looked good until everybody's gone. We all sat down at the table and they started divvying out money. And the damn, that little prick, Leonard Jr.
Oh, yeah, Leonard.
That little
Leonard
guy.
Skinner, the school
Leonard
teacher.
Skinner.
Yeah, we got who the band was named after.
Yeah, right. but they named him out of it. Yeah, that was.
I'll never forget that interview well, they did a Leonard Skinner clip, and he was in it. And I'm the real Leonard Skinner. It
like
just felt
boasting.
different. Yeah, and the whole time he hated them boys. But when they made it big, he's like, I'm the real Leonard Skinner.
Yeah, well, that's.
He was a jerk.
Yeah. A little. He said, yeah. He said, well, here's your money minus your bar tab. Bar tab.
That sounds like
He says,
Marcia
yeah.
Bob.
That's why Terry didn't
He
get it.
says, here's I got it written down right here. Here's your bar. He said that you got $100 coming gross, and then he said we're going to take out your bar tab. You had 22 beers and 20, and charging me full price for them and everything. I was like, well, how much did I make? And it's like $22 or something. I'm like, fuck.
I bet Terry didn't make anything.
So the
That
next.
used to happen to us at the Cafe Roma every time, man.
So we learned real quick. Moose set it all up every night. We played at the still again, and everybody's enthusiastic. You're getting toasty out there, and Moose would say, he said, and he said, and by the way, he said, I want everybody to know that tonight's Bob's birthday, our drummer.
Oh, yeah.
He said, everybody, it's Bob's birthday. Happy birthday, Bob.
Everybody buying a
Shit.
beer.
And all of a sudden you look at the front of the stage and here's about 12, 15 drinks, Anything from a Tom Collins to whatever.
It's hilarious.
Tequila Sunrise. So shit. And then the next night, by God, I want everybody to know tonight that it's Terry Thomas's birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody wish Terry Thomas's birthday. So we didn't end up having to pay that damn $82 in a bar tab anymore.
Yeah, that was a tough deal.
Good thinking, Moose.
Yeah, good.
That was a Terry.
Boy, I was ready to quit. Thought there's no money in
So
this.
that's a Molly.
We must do the same camera because of the kind of pictures I have of Terry.
Yeah, I did.
These guys hated me taking pictures. They'd
Yeah.
be taking up pictures
Oh,
while
yeah.
I'm singing.
Oh,
And
look.
I'm like, those are the
This
best
is
pictures.
precious.
Woody Pine.
Yeah, Danny Pine. Danny Pine.
Us too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moose talks to him every so
Oh,
often.
Pinola.
I know, he called me. He called me.
Oh,
Yep,
He's
Moose
out
talks
in
to him.
Vegas.
yeah.
Moose talks to him every so often. There's a question.
Did you ever hear from Brock?
I haven't seen him in a while, but they come to Fernandina every once in a while. He'll sit in with Sean
And Laurie, I'm
McCarthy.
sure they're still together.
Laurie and him, he's remarried to a girl named Rachel. Very
Really?
happy. They live on Lake George down around Palaca.
He looks a lot different than he used to.
He's working for cable or somebody. He always did that kind of work on the side.
You ain't stretching cable like Cox or Dish or
Yeah, something like that.
TV.
Video.
Well, this is then Julie's dad.
Oh, that got stuck in there. I didn't mean to stick that in there.
back.
I think it was stuck to the back of that one.
Yeah, but your dad was. I mean, that was a really
That's
big day for
precious.
him to dress up like
Oh,
that.
yeah, because he's a
I
shrimper.
took a picture of it.
He was a shrimper.
And that's my brother back there.
Yeah, I took a picture.
This picture, I think this was taken down in Busch Gardens or somewhere.
Yeah, our Silver Springs one.
Silver Springs and
And then the other one is where the black couple sat in.
That's
yeah.
this one.
Yeah, because see, look at Teresa. She about to fall over backwards laughing. Y'all are all laughing because they're shocked.
and
We're all
they never
shocked.
did
Like,
get
are
it.
you serious?
They never did get
Did
it.
you have a picture?
They didn't
of
get
there,
it.
Moose?
Look at me. I bet I damn near weighed 200 pounds right there.
So you asked them to
I
take,
weighed-
you asked them to take the picture and
I
then
weighed
they
the
got
other-
you
Yeah.
and let us in the
Show
picture.
our nose.
I weighed the other day. They weighed me.
Who's that?
James.
James Adams?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's
I weighed the other day. Guess how much I weigh now?
About 130.
Little Bobby.
It's more than that.
156. Not too
Okay.
I'm
bad.
gonna leave these. I think he's
I
got
lost a
ones
lot
of me.
of water weight.
Yeah, man, I remember when they took it off me, it took off about 20 pounds.
Look at there. By God, do I have a cigarette in my hand?
I was a smoker too.
Yeah,
Yep, you had a cigarette in your hand.
yeah.
Bud had gum in his
Here's a
mouth.
good one.
Who's who?
Woody.
Woody Neal.
Woody and James.
Yeah.
Point out who the people are on that big one.
Woody Neal.
Oh.
Gary Neal.
Hang on.
And
Okay.
He was my age.
Gary
And
Neal
James was
and James
about-
Adams.
Yeah. James was about 3 or 4 years younger than we were, but once the three of us met, we were like the three.
James is married
Well,
to
no.
Melissa.
Three musketeers. We just-
And
Point out who's in the big picture.
they were
Okay.
all
This is
so
a good one.
funny.
Okay, this is Barry Rapp.
Hang on a second.
Here, I'll tell him.
All right, you tell him.
This is Barry Rapp, who played with Henry Paul band. They had a
Thanks,
super
Morgan.
band. They did some good tours. And big crowds. Barry is a very good self-taught musician, keyboards.
And singer.
And the last time I was there in their house on 4684 Pine Gate Road or whatever, Barry sat down on his upright piano, and Teresa was there, and Karina, me, and I think Dad was with us. But he sat down and played. He played One in the Sun. He played Give It to Get It. He played a lot of Steve's songs, and I mean to perfection.
Nailed it.
They were,
Aw.
just brought me to my knees. I didn't
Tell him who
realize.
everybody is.
Yeah, so then Barry, he also played with
Ace One, too.
several other bands. Yeah, Barry's from Joplin, Missouri, and I always, well, after the plane crash, Teresa was, of course, she was upset, but I mean,
It took her a long time.
not that long.
Well,
She was
she's
like,
lonely.
yeah, she's lonely, and she was kind of hanging out with Henry Paul.
Yeah.
And she came to me and she said, Bob, she said, I've been dating Barry a lot and stuff. She said, what are you thinking of him? And I said, God, Teresa. I said, hell, you're a great guy. And she said, you don't think your brother of mine? I said, Teresa, are you kidding me? I said, you're 26 years old, 27, whatever, however. I said, get with it, girl. You got a lot of living to do, Forget Steve, he's gone. Just the sooner you accept that, the better off you're gonna be.
And then came Alicia.
And then came Alicia. Barry.
So there's
And that would be Teresa, and that was Steve's high school sweetheart, day one.
I'm guessing that probably the
And then my dad, who was one of a kind.
One of a kind.
And then we got Miss Judy Catherine Bennett, Bennett Gaines. She said, Bennett, don't break it.
I would say that.
Yeah. And she'd also say, it was wintertime. I built this charcoal thing out on my back porch.
Yeah, it's the
And
best in the
did a
world.
lot of chicken wings out there.
Yep.
She'd just, her nose be red, cold as hell. Her ears were red, it was cold as shit out there. And she'd tell me, she'd say, go out there and get some wood. And then I'd hear her singing as I walked out. She'd say, put another log on the fire. Boop, 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 boop.
We got some bacon and
That's how she cooked it.
Yeah, so-
We had lots of big.
Who's the last person?
and that'd be me, Mr. Robert Gaines.
and the chief.
I tell people, you can call me Robert Gaines. You can call me Robert. You can call me Rob. You can call me Bob. You can call me Bob T. Gaines. You can call me Robert T. Gaines or Rob T. Gaines. Or you can just initial it and call me R.T. Gaines. And then I say, well, and you could even cut that short and put dots in the R and the T, and you can just call me Art for short. So just call me Art.
He looked so much like Steve in that picture, though, man. It's
You got Christian, you got Christian down there.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. A little bit heftier back now, so we can,
They are.
What you got there?
That is Steve Grisham and Terry Thomas.
Well, anyway, Grisham recorded some hell of good stuff. And I've got it on
Here, let me see.
cassette.
Some of those.
Got it on cassette stuff. And my truck, and my cassette always worked. And just about 2 or 3 weeks ago,
There's the
somebody's
moose.
quit working. Yeah, Captain Moose.
There's a couple of better
Grisham
ones.
hated for me to get a close up of him. There's Steve Grisham.
Yeah.
Turn that photo toward me a little bit there.
Then Moose just, you know, everything went by so fast back in those days. You know,
I mean,
that we played. We had a damn good band, really good,
Yeah.
and played some pretty big venues. You know, we played
Okay.
Memphis, I think.
that's Robbie Crocker.
You remember Julie when we played in Chattanooga?
Oh
we played
yeah,
Memphis.
I got Chattanooga pictures in here when we went to the.
Right.
There's a good picture of Crocker, Robbie Crocker.
Oh
right there.
yeah,
a good picture.
but I gotta
And
say,
then there's Moose. Now, what
anyway,
was
we
his
played
name?
we played Memphis.
What was his name?
R.C. Dow.
Oh
Okay.
my God. It is
Yeah,
RC.
RC,
It doesn't even look like him.
and that's Becky Brooks. She was
Yeah.
married to Brooksy.
Yeah.
Ron Brooks that played in Steve's band Crawdad.
Yeah, I remember Brooksy.
Brooksy is the hottest fucking drummer you ever heard in your life. Absolutely.
Now this is you and my
Seven.
brother and Kevin at the lake.
Right? How's Kevin doing?
Kevin just had triple bypass surgery, but he's like a brand new man.
Really good.
And there's me and Bob. I don't know where that was taken. I have no idea where that was taken.
Very
It looks like you're using the same.
Now that is in Oklahoma. That's your cousin, Bob. Right
Yeah,
there.
David.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh,
David, I saw him. Oh, it's been 10 years ago or something.
There's
But
your
look at here,
Chattanooga.
Julie.
Oh.
Right. Couldn't
Show him the
believe it.
Chattanooga.
These are all Chattanooga. That's Colorado there. Oh, this is my favorite picture. Here's
Okay,
me
so
and
you got
Bud.
Kevin. And we're at a campground, I think.
I think we're at Kingsley Lake.
Kingsley Lake. Yeah, that's right.
There's our pictures.
Who's this? That me?
That's you.
Whose is that, Julie?
Pardon me?
Who's the one you're holding?
That's me and Bud.
Okay.
Bud Gaines.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was at Kingsley Lake, Kevin and you and Al. And these are
Everybody-
the Chattanooga when we went to the
To
caves.
the cave, yeah. Looks like I'm on a cell phone or something there.
It does, don't it?
You guys get any idea what years those are?
I think I got it written on the back. I think
80?
78.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got married in 80.
Is this where you
Look at you
married?
with your little arm.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that was you getting in the van.
Yeah.
Your new van.
Yeah, see the picture before. This is the
I
difference.
wrote the year on a couple of them, so I knew. This is when I bought you your golf club case for your birthday.
Brown bag, yeah.
That's cute. It's adorable. Those are buds, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a Bud's.
This is the difference between Miami. Nothing against Joplin, but you know, we were just totally different. I mean, they wanted to be us from Miami, and
This is
you know, we had
Those
no
are
desire to be.
I don't know if
They
you saw
all-
those.
They all took their pants, brand new Levi's, and had them peg legged. Remember those days? I mean, they were only this big around. You could barely get your ankle through them. Probably took them a half an hour to put them on.
What were they?
Peg
You
leg
think you don't look like
Levi's.
Steve?
Just, I mean, just as
He looks
fine as
just
you
like
get 'em.
Steve.
He did. And even in that big picture, he looks just like Steve.
That was 1980.
That was
Huh. That 1980.
Yep,
that
we
was
got married.
precious.
October, Bud's birthday, October 11th, 1980.
Oh. And I was
Yeah.
over the 6th. But
That's Mason Clark.
Look at that goofy smile I got on my face there.
That was a happy day.
Yeah.
That was a very happy day. I know.
Chicken and red
Man,
paint
you
picking
got
up
a
dough.
fish going on here. Fish cooking here.
Oh yeah.
This was my favorite
Mine too.
picture, buddy.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I seen that every day I was there.
Uh-huh.
That's
that
how they
was on
acted
the,
every
I don't even
day.
know who took that picture.
That's how
I
they
think that
acted
was on
every
the
day.
refrigerator for so many.
That was in his kitchen.
Yeah, on the
Probably after
refrigerator.
every dinner she got
That
that.
was really good.
That's priceless. I was
Did you look
love
at
it.
that one of Becky and RC, Molly?
I did. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Did you get a
Now,
picture of
I'll
that one?
guarantee you I'm up to something there.
Well, I was inside the van. You were just getting in it, and I just clicked.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking.
Well, I was
smoking.
guilty of something I can tell. Oh, there's that
There's one of my-
natural bridge.
One of my gray
Did
hairs.
he see these moose and
I think
did he see these already?
I think so. Did you see those?
That's good.
Of Moose and
It
Grisham?
must be about 80.
I know, seen Grisham.
Did you see
They
one?
hated
Yeah,
me to
that
get
had
their
to have been
close-up
like 80
pictures.
or-
But
Yeah.
to me, the close-up pictures were the best.
Me too. What's wrong with them? You couldn't even get a good
They
picture back
just didn't
then.
like me taking pictures with their mouths open.
No, wow.
That's what it was. They take my picture with my mouth open. Steve Grisham told me that one time. I didn't pay no attention to him.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
gave
You
you
never
these.
did.
I used
paying
to take
attention to
pictures. I used to take pictures.
you were
of-
taking a leak. You were pulling a bud.
Yeah, I look like I'm doing something like that.
That's
Somebody
why you're
gave
smiling.
me these hats and it says
That's the
Gaines
Twilight.
Construction.
That one says Twilight on it.
Was it?
That was
Yeah.
a Twilight hat.
Yeah. Looks like I'm on the golf course.
Just trying to come up with
I think we were on the road,
But
coming
you
this
remember-
way.
You remember that damn Charlie Land? He was so crack up crazy
He
fun.
was fun.
I mean, we were sitting there waiting for this train, and it was, you know, like a big, what do they call it, freight trains. You know, there's a conductor on the front, and maybe two other guys. The rest of it empty, and like 120 cars just going whoom, whoom, whoom. Pretty good pace and everything. Old Charlie Lamb got out and got right in front of our vehicle. You couldn't see his legs. But he's standing right there in front of that train, and we're standing there looking at him like, what the fuck is he up to? And he got out there and he's going like this. He's standing in front of our thing and he's going like this, and that train's just pouring by. It looked like he's standing there running about 50 miles an hour. We got such a big kick out of that.
That's funny stuff. It's a neat paper.
It looked like he was running
My
that
mom
fast.
saved all that stuff.
We just
Hey,
laughed.
was
A-Rock
that?
Lifestyle,
2006.
2006.
Where's that?
That was in
When they were
there.
inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
I don't know Cindy's last
Okay.
name.
Good order.
James Adams. What was Cindy's last name?
T-Beck.
T-Beck. Cindy T-Beck
Excuse me now?
and James Adams.
Okay.
Karina Gaines.
Yeah, 4
Hang on.
ingredients. Yeah, here you go again. Sausage,
Okay.
Canadian bacon.
Karina.
Canadian bacon, and
The
regular
Moose.
sliced bacon.
John Moss.
Diced little bitty
Okay.
bacon bits and
Steve Booth and
black
Cynthia.
olives.
His wife at that time.
I ain't never seen that.
I don't know what her name is
I don't
now.
want to put that one in there.
The soft one.
Why?
Tossed, I guess.
I don't know.
And who are all these girls, Molly?
Not Christmas.
I know that's. Let him get a picture.
Oh, that's Dixie. No, get one.
No, that's
I don't
good.
know.
He don't want to.
I only know.
No, that's Bob's cousin.
I don't know who. I don't know. I only know one. Who's this?
I don't know.
Okay. On to the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, that's Booth and Cynthia.
Okay.
And there's Bob and Moose. And I believe these were taken
I
at
don't
the
know.
Twilight.
I don't have
Okay.
my
It's
card.
definitely the Twilight.
And I believe that's the Twilight,
What do you need, a
but I
card to
couldn't
pay for
swear
it?
on it.
Yeah.
Use mine.
And there's Bob
Yeah, I guess.
Here's
and
mine.
Robbie
I have a
Crocker.
credit card.
And I'm not
Debit.
sure who that keyboard
it's a
player
debit
is, but
card.
Moose
Let me
could
give it
tell
to
you.
her.
Okay.
Here, hold on.
Oops.
You want a
Of
debit
course,
card?
that's me when Bob and I went to
Okay.
Tennessee to the
Tell me when you're ready.
caverns.
Man,
Okay, 5
You're a
1
looker.
1 4
go back to that a second. I couldn't. Focus.
0 0 0 8
That was a long time ago. That was like in '78.
Yeah, I'm so close. I try to zoom in. I'm too close to focus. So. Okay, that's good.
Okay, and that is Robbie Crocker, very good keyboard player.
And that's at the Twilight Club.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know who that maybe is.
I'm telling you, well, I mean, it got me. I was
Okay.
pretty sick there.
Now, this
for
is funny.
several days, and then they
There's
put you on
Bob.
the strong
Because of that?
antibiotics.
And Bud
They put you on the
and
strong
Karina
antibiotics, and then it made my
and
belly all
Teresa
messed up because those
and
antibiotics
Barry,
messed with me.
and we don't know who they are.
So anyway, I've been trying to get this under control.
It's a good story,
I'm gonna have to
though.
take the second round of antibiotics. He
And
told me
there's
it's
Bob.
around,
I
but
believe that was in
trying to not-
Tennessee.
Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get this hat.
Probably gonna have to.
Okay.
It just keeps coming back.
Yeah. All right.
Got a
Next.
little cat scratch
That's a
fever.
good one.
Ah,
Okay,
That's it?
That's it.
7
Can you tell tell me about Cassie was in college.
So I'll go back to the first. And Cassie had a good friend. She ended up, both of them, in the Leonard Center. But they have JoJo Billingsley. And Leslie came from California, I don't know. But anyway, Cassie was always a Sunday, newspaper thumper, and she'd always look up, want ads and, just curiosity. She was always thumping, paper to find out what kind of opportunities were out there and stuff. She just happened to run across this, and it was a production, pretty big, and it was put together out in California originally, and it was a plot. It was a play, written play, stage play, like Broadway, and it was an anti-protest against Nixon and the Vietnam War, and it was called Hair, musical Hair, and it was a musical, and it was she auditioned and she got the number 3 part, which is super. So she sang about, it was a 3 stage act deal. The curtains closed 3 times and then opening up again, they changed backdrop, all that stuff. But, she invited Mom and my dad and me over, and I drove us over there. She got us front row seats, and we were all sitting there, and I kind of knew something was fishy, something was going to happen. And so we were all 3 sitting there, and the first act went by, and they're all up there singing and pooping and hollering, the beginning of the plot, and everything was starting to turn bad, and then they closed the curtains, and then here come Act 2, curtains opened up, and here comes Cassie walking out there with a sign, and it said, "War is unhealthy," a protest sign, and sure enough, she was naked from her waist up, and I'm looking at her like, wow. I almost knew it was going to happen, but my mother and dad didn't expect it at all, and they were like, oh my God. They started sinking down in their seats, they were embarrassed, and I'm almost like sitting up like this, like, yes, Cassie, all right, The first time I ever saw her tits, I'm like, damn, can you believe that? And anyway, so she played that, and she had that on her resume. And then they shut down production, and she went to 4 years scholarship over in Memphis because she was absolutely grade A. She had 4.A average high school, all through school. So she got a scholarship over to Memphis. On her 4th year, she was over there, and she was thumping the newspapers again. She found this ad, and it said, "The band Leonard Skinner is auditioning for backup female vocalist. And inquire here, telephone number, whatever." And so she inquired, and went to the audition, and had that hair, because she sang solo. 5 or 6 songs in that hair, which was huge on her resume. So they didn't hesitate. They hired her and JoJo to be the honkettes. And so she was with them for like a year. They went to China, and they did One More from the Road, and then, Japan. She got to see a lot in a year's time, and she kept telling Ronnie, she said, got this brother who played guitar, and he's like, yeah, right. Sure, you got, he didn't believe it. And finally, he got up on stage up in Kansas City, Missouri, and just blew them all away. They asked him, they said, before the gig, they said, brother. They were just introducing each other to each other. Ronnie was shaking Steve's hand. He said, would you like to get up and play a song with us tonight? Steve said, yeah, sure. And Ronnie said, well, we're going to get up and play on the third song. We're going to play a song called T for Texas, T for Tennessee. Can you handle that? Can you handle it? Steve said, oh, hell yeah, I can do that. Let's go. So Ronnie was, before he went down to the sound man, and the auditorium was empty, and he said to Kevin, the sound man, he said, hey, look, he said, Cassie's brother's coming up on the third song. He said, if he sucks, keep him turned down. And of course, the rest of it was history. Steve got up and just blew him away. And played bottleneck, played solo after solo. The song usually that lasts like, let's say 4, maybe 5 minutes. Jimmy Rogers, T for Texas, T for Tennessee, an old Oklahoma song, really. Right up Steve's alley. And that song lasted for like 20 minutes. And they just couldn't wait to get off the stage, and they asked him, they said, well, we want you to join the band, will you? And Steve said, well, look, he said, give me 2 weeks, I need to think about it. Well, that was pretty much it. We had a wonderful family. I was really blessed to be part of that. The celebration that they've been planning on for like 2 or 3 months now, and is to help benefit me, which I'm not at the end of the road yet. But you get in a situation like this, every little penny helps, and a little town, Miami, that we're all from, we got a kind of an unwritten rule that everybody sticks behind each other. We're just a
Big family.
a tight-knit family, It's nobody from the outside can really penetrate that, and it's just a non-spoken that we're all together, as a town and friends and help. A lot of towns don't have that, whether it be the population size or just, look too little or whatever, but we've always had a certain chosen few but I very much appreciate that they come up with this benefit kind of celebration to help me financially, which will a great deal. And I've been working on these doctors all week to try to get out so I can make it just for an appearance. But, just say thank you so much to the town of Miami that, it's going to be an 8-hour deal, and I haven't drank or smoked cigarettes or anything since March the 10th, I think it was, so I wasn't too much, and I'm not in really good shape either. Go there to Miami and have everybody, have toasted up, come and, hey Bob, how you doing, man?
Can't be doing that.
So back on.
That's
So
right.
I was just thinking maybe about making an appearance, like, half an hour, maybe 2 hours max, because I'm not drinking. So I just you know what I'm talking about. It just be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be my jovial self. But anyway, this way with Ron Ray putting this together, I appreciate that very much, Ron.
You're welcome.
At least I'll be there in some shape, form, fashion.
Yep.
But I just want to let everybody know that deeply appreciated from my heart. Just the camaraderie.
Well, you got a lot of friends and they all love you.
Yep.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah, I'm finding that out more
Yep.
and more.
All over the place.
I left Miami, like when I was 25 years old, but I always went back for Thanksgiving and Christmases and, friends, funerals, whatever bring me back, and I leave. Lived in Florida, lived in Colorado for 23 years, and did a lot of traveling. I've done a lot, as far as getting out and seeing the world, but there's no place like home, ever.
Yeah.
You go back there and it's, well, we all called it stuck in the mud, because we called it Mudville, Atlanta. But nothing against that.
Home's home.
We made the best of it. My parents put together to help support those kids, which we were all interested in music. Different, Steve guitar, me drum, Cassie singing. They would put together this second floor. It's a dance hall on Saturdays. Friday, Saturday night, I guess 2 nights, they'd have open the door and you walk up the stairs, and we called the place upstairs. People would come from miles around, and we packed that place out.
Not bad.
Some good bands, and hell, there were probably 1,000 people there on a good night. But my parents did that for us kids. They were always encouraged us to get out and do what your heart tells you to do, whether it be music or basketball, baseball, whatever. It gives your whole heart. I'll wait too.